Officials from Cincinnati are in town this week to discuss the program they've implemented to reduce violent crime, and KCPD will soon adopt certain aspects of the program here. You might call it the Cincinnati Project with a Kansas City twist. Chief Daryl Forte explains.
The Cincinnati Project is actually a violence reduction strategy that involves a lot of partners in the community. It's not solely a police department initiative. They've involved faith-based, probation and parole, and an assortment of other elements. And I think that's what we've lacked in Kansas City, involving a lot of community members and also pulling our pieces together and knowing what each individual element's doing inside the organization. We'll do the community policing piece where they faith-based, education, our academics, and those sorts of things. That's what we'll incorporate in the Kansas City plan, and a lot of other things. A lot of things that we're doing now that Cincinnati's doing. They're really impressed with our intelligence gathering, and we have Sergeant Cooley currently over at the Crime Commission that are tracking high-risk violent offenders already. He's working with probation and parole, and they were at the meeting the other day. The U.S. Prosecutor's Office has been on board since we started talking about this in December or January this year. So I think, you know, a lot of things that they're doing, that they've done, we're doing now. You know, we just have to bring it together. I think that's where we're lacking. Again, that community component is what we can do probably a little better. It's certainly a building process, and it's not a magic bullet, and I made that clear at the last board meeting when the Board of Police Commissioners were talking about it. And Cincinnati even admits now that they've had a lot of progress in the last year or so with their initiative, because some of those that are violating the law have kind of figured out what they need to do to continue to skirt the law. So I talked to Gene Peters Baker, the prosecutor of Jackson County, yesterday, and we want to make sure we build in some things where it's not just a stagnant plan. We want to build some things in there where we switch it up so the criminal element will not be able to defeat us in the way that Cincinnati was defeated in some of these ways. And that's not just about Cincinnati, the program not being sustainable because some of the criminal element understand and they start trying to circumvent what's happening. That's all over the country. When you have a program, a project, or initiative, you have to make sure you keep it fresh and throw some things in there to throw people off that are committing crimes. Again, we're doing a lot of these things, and it's not because I'm the chief. We've done a lot of these things for the last 4, 5, 6, some of them 10 years. We just need to bring them together, and we have to get the community involvement. So this is not a Daryl Forte project or a Gene Peters Baker project or U.S. Prosecutors project. It's going to be a community project, and we're just going to build what we already have. It's nothing new. We're just going to bring it together and try to be a little more focused and not do the shotgun approach when we address some of these problems. It'll be specifically violent crimes, and even narrowing that down some, it'll be to prevent homicides.
Around 70 cities across the U.S. have adopted part or all of the Cincinnati program. Multiple agencies will be involved with the Kansas City version, including the Jackson County Prosecutor's Office. I'm Officer Shelley Gaddis. Have a safe week.